hopping back in, and it seems that Rose has just discovered something rather significant. Time and Mimi, what are you guys doing? You guys had walked backwards out the stairs, managing to finally overcome this looping room, defeating the door that challenged you so. What are y'all doing up there?
Yeah, boys.
I'm standing at the top of the stairs, kind of BSing with time. It's been, I mean, how long has it been?
I mean, you guys
Like,
walked out and
minutes?
walked up the stairs. And so, as you know, probably before you guys even hit the staircase, Handy was doing his little vine flower magic in the treasure room. So that kind of happened at the exact same time. So you pretty much just hit the top of the stairs and are on the outside before the things that you don't know about as players happened in the other room. So you've been outside for about 20 seconds at most.
Time, you want to run down and check on them? They're supposed to be.
Yeah. I feel like they weren't right behind us, so I feel like they're trying to steal something. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk
stay
back
here
in.
and just make sure this doesn't like get weird.
So you walk down the stairs
I'll
and
walk back.
who's going down? Okay.
Handy.
You turn the corner and you see Adet standing at the door, and he says, "It seems that you found your way. That's wonderful." And he slowly closes the door.
Sorry. Can you repeat that for the people that weren't paying attention to that moment? Did he not get back to the room?
No, he got locked out.
Adet was in front of the door and closed the door when he got there.
Okay.
So you're walking down the stairs and he's standing there kind of looking up and smiling and saying, "Glad you made your way out."
The door to the altar room?
Yes.
The offering room? Okay. So time is in the snake.
Okay, so Mimi, you are upstairs, outside of the room, no idea what's going on. You see Time walk downstairs around the corner and you hear some stuff and you might hear the door click. Time is still in the stairwell.
Okay, still in the stairwell.
Yep.
So he got locked out of the snake statue room.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, you just an asshole.
Did you just get closed out? Time the door just closed
to their room, not the
that's
room that Handy and.
So we're stuck in here.
Yeah, you're just locked out of the ceremonial room, the one with the large statue.
I got you. I'm role playing.
Okay.
You are in the stairwell. That is the only place that you have access to. Stairwell, exit. That's it.
Okay.
I'm a bitch.
This is my most recent puzzle. Where are your characters? I lock one door and chaos unfolds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you should move on with Rose and Handy.
Well, he closed the door.
No, I mean, with the gate, we're stuck in a room. He should move on with the story of Rose.
Oh, and we're not stuck in a room?
Well, what are you guys doing?
Is there any...
All right, well, we'll go see what Handy and Rose are doing and let you guys figure out what you want to do from here.
Okay.
What's going on, Handy? What's going on, Rose?
So she's beating his head, not hard, just kind of you knew the whole time kind of thing.
I didn't. I was just asking the question, and I guess I saw through him.
And did the door on our side close?
No.
Okay. Well, we are not telling the others this, right? Mimi already hates me.
Why wouldn't we tell them that we met a god? That's really, really cool, isn't it?
Because Mimi thinks that I only friend evil things. So if he thinks that I friended a god, then he's going to think it's an evil god.
You think Liv is evil?
No, I'm just saying Mimi might. I don't know. I don't think so. We still call him Live and Dead, or do we call it Live a Dead? What do we call him now?
Does it? I mean, none of this looks evil. It's just like golden stuff, right?
I mean, they did. I guess Liv did kind of hint that she would destroy us, but I think that's just because we broke some of her stuff.
It was a really nice vase, and I really feel bad about it.
Yeah, maybe she'll like these flowers.
Is there another vase in here? Can we give her a new one?
I think this is all her stuff anyway.
Oh, that's true.
She's gonna hop down off of.
Thank you. Is there anything? Does it just look like treasure? And what I mean by that, and I'm trying to figure out why a goblin would have this thought, is there anything that looks out of place, like gold cloying, then like devil horns in the corner? Like, is there anything that like doesn't match the contents of the room? Anything that's out of place?
Oh, there are a lot of things that are out of place. Let's see here.
Well, we were supposed to come down here. Let's take a second, right? Because we've been trying to go so quick, and now we have a bunch of stuff in front of us. We were here to find like a thing to go to hell, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were supposed to, like, a hell-touched snake is what we're supposed to find.
Do you see any snakes?
Do I see any snakes?
If it's hell touched, does it glow red or something? How do we know?
I don't know. Do you think hell actually is red? What if it's like purple?
That's a good point. Do you see anything that's purple?
Do I see any snake or purple items?
Andy, I love your commitment and direction and follow through. It's just fucking top notch.
Yeah, I want to see if I can do I don't know, like just kind of scan the room at, I don't know, like a surface value. Is anything that might, from the most recent conversation, be emitting any blue or purple or red hellish auras, or just something that looks like it doesn't belong?
Go ahead and roll.
Because in some of the goblin tribes, there would be some would like pillage, and sometimes they'd find the shiny stuff that the big folk like, and they'd be in there, but they would always, some of that looks similar. So is there anything that doesn't look like what we would normally find in some of those, like,
roll me a d10.
Oh shoot, hang on, sorry, I hit the wrong button. 4.
So there's a lot of stuff in this room, but you happen to, being a druid yourself, you have a greater sense of items that are related to your specialty. There's just like, what to look for in equipment that is like, I saw a druid that had this one thing that was, magical in this way. And I saw this other druid that had this one thing, and that was, really useful. You couldn't tell a bunch of swords apart because you don't play with swords. They don't mean anything to you. So you're able to just kind of pick out something that catches your eye immediately. And it is, I just lost it. It's a flute sitting on the ground, kind of, covered by a cloth, partially exposed. And you know that it is a whispering flute, which is a small flute. When played, that summons a gentle breeze that will carry a message to any person or location.
I love that it is us two that have received this, and we're going to waste it in the worst way.
Oh, sorry. My brain, for us, my brain is like, okay, is this a thing that like was already here, or is this like a DM Hail Mary? I love it. So,
you rolled the dice.
I know. Anyway, back in game. So, I'll pick it up. And well, I don't see. Is the flute purple or red, or is it like taupe? what is it? Just like a
taupe? You called it.
Oh, there. All right. Well, this isn't. It's not red or purple, Rose, but I don't know. Maybe it could help. I think this can send messages. Do we need to? If we need to talk to anybody, I don't know if they can talk back, but this might be helpful. But I don't.
Well, we just gotta walk through the door because time and
that's true.
They're just through the door.
Well, over on this side of the room, I didn't see anything that screamed, "I'm from hell." What about that side? Did you find anything?
Did she find anything?
Are you looking?
Yep.
Roll me a d10.
That is also a 4.
Another flute. We can now talk to each other.
So you find looped through a pair of pants, a belt. And it kind of catches your eye because across the belt buckle is a serpent.
Ooh.
And this is the Sly Serpent Sash. It's a sash that transforms into a serpent, providing you with a quick escape or distraction.
Heck yeah.
Basically, you get to take your belt out as a snake and throw it at someone for the sake of getting their attention.
Okay, well, I guess we should try to leave. I think they yelled we have to like walk backwards or something out of the snake room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Backwards. So she's gonna turn around, like, kind of watch her feet. Oh, she's gonna put the belt on. Like, she's going to take off the fur sash thing that she was wearing as a belt, put that back around her neck, and then use the belt as a belt.
Yeah. Handy will go back to the main serpent room.
What
go up this.
So what is Rose said she was like walking out backwards.
I'm very confused where we're supposed to be and everything, quite honestly.
Right now we're in the treasure room through the mirror that goes into the altar room that goes into the main chamber with the stairs. Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the main chamber where the stairs are located.
Well, before you get to the main chamber, you walk out of the mirror and you see Liv standing in the doorway.
Hi, Liv.
Y'all are an adventurous bunch, aren't you?
We got sidetracked, but we saw the walking backwards instructions. So I think the other two already went. We have to go catch up with them.
Oh, your other two are fine. They did manage to leave. I would like to have a moment of your time, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, is it because of this? I can give it back. She's looking at the belt.
Oh, you stole a belt?
Here, I'll give it back.
Oh no,
she starts taking it off.
That's quite all right. I have plenty.
You sure?
I do not need of anything. We just house our more interesting trinkets off to the side is all.
I mean, I can give it back. I haven't even used it or anything.
It doesn't matter to me.
Do you want it back? I can. And she takes it off and hands it up.
No, it might serve you as an important reminder in whatever future you have.
Hey.
What did you want to talk to us about?
Oh, this and that. Would you follow me back to my quarters, please? And she smiles with a very sharp.
Can I get a vibe check or like a
roll vibe check?
I don't know.
Isn't it like there's a thing.
Is there a version of an insight check in this game?
There's discern realities.
All right.
You get to ask pretty much similar questions. You're studying a person or instance, and you get to ask some questions.
I'm curious if there's anything. Basically, I'm like, okay, why? I've seen members of my party try to engage with this person and live, and not really gotten in Handy's eyes, not gotten anywhere. Why do they want to talk to us now? Is where his head's at. So I'm like, what's going on? Partial success, 7. I get to ask one question. What has happened here recently? No, I'm kidding. I think this could be appropriate. What should I be on the lookout for in terms of their like body language, demeanor? Like what are they giving off? So what should I be on the lookout for on Dr. Farelsh? Wiki.
I would say a opportunity to strike a deal.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start following if they're walking ahead.
Yep. She
okay.
She heads back to her quarters, and as you enter the main hall again, you see Edette walking away from the door leading to the staircase.
Are we following Edette?
You're following Liv.
Gotcha.
And he's going to kind of come in behind you.
We also see Edette.
Yes.
Oh.
Do we see Time and Mimi?
Nope. Which we're going to hop back to and see what they're doing.
Hello, Time. That
Tyler would have
4
would
minutes.
banged on the door a couple times,
Yeah, is that can you budge that
yelling
door?
at.
Because I'm not gonna move from like I don't want to cross this threshold again. I'm gonna stay right here.
So what are you two doing?
Time and
Fucking back up the
time.
stairs into the.
You want to? Oh man, we gotta go get him. They're the, I did trapped him. He's trying to
Yeah,
keep us out.
he's
You
trying
want
to
to do it?
separate us for some reason.
Okay. Just to clarify, is this a door? Like, are we standing at the top of the stairs? Is it a physical doorway, like a door that opens and closes, or is it a threshold that we were crossing and then we were getting teleported back when we weren't walking back?
Well, it was yes, it was a door, but like you opened it and like when you crossed the threshold, that was the moment that you blipped back into the room.
So there is a door at the top of the stairs that can be closed.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything on the ground around me? Is there like a loose rock or something I can use to kind of like wedge the door against the wall?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just find
It's
an
kind of marked
appropriately
space.
sized stone and just like kick it in, wedge the door.
Okay. Yeah, the
Okay.
door is you give it
Alright.
a good little tug and it's not going anywhere.
Okay, time. I think we should try
Alright,
the door at the
in this-
bottom of the stairs one more time before we jump into the worm pit. Are they like? Let's just go
Alright.
for it. Let's try it, and if not, it doesn't
I'm
work.
gonna.
This is gonna
Yeah,
suck.
we'll go down there and try to like. You want to try to like shoulder ram the door open?
How it
Or you're trying to,
closes
like-
on a hinge, right? Like it closes like a normal door. Yeah, let's just
Yeah, but
3, 2,
everything
1.
around here is magical and.
I know it's all so weird. Yeah. Let's 3, 2,
Oh.
1 it. Like on 3.
Okay,
All right, go ahead and both of you give me a hack and slash.
let's see. Oh, hey, 7.
All right, you are both kind of in sync. Say, give a countdown, and maybe the timing was off, where one of you just stepped 1 second too fast. Were we supposed to go on go, or 1? And so you're
3, 2, 1, go, or 3, 2.
the timing was off. So you both slam into the door, and it doesn't open, but it gives. So you could tell that like, oh, you had some success there. Maybe if you were in sync, it would have worked. But maybe it just needs one more solid hit. Handy and Rose, you are walking into Liv's room, and Edette is following behind. And
So we've got one in front of us and one behind us.
yes, and as Edette's closing the door behind him, you hear a thump from the end of the room.
Does that pull any attention from Liv or Adet?
No.
Like, do they?
Nope.
No. What was that?
Oh,
Sounded like a thump.
it's nothing to be concerned about.
Is it a snake?
Extreme handy from the other side of the door.
Unlikely.
Did you say you yelled handy?
Yeah, I yell for Handy and Rose. Like I'm just yelling your names. We bang on the door. I
Does
don't know if that
Make
comes
it through the door.
So the door is about 40 feet away, and it's like a large, heavy, solid wood door. So, and when you guys made contact with the door, the other door of the room that they're in had just closed. Pretty much about the same time. So you're trying to yell through 2 very thick doors across 50 feet. It's there might be some muffled sounds, but it's pretty much non-existent at this point. You're in a cave with thick walls where the door is the only point of egress between rooms. I wouldn't say it's soundproof, but sound does not travel through.
Sound-resistant.
Yeah.
A name like the Whispering Flute, and it was in the reveal of that item. I recognized it. Does the flute make normal flute noises, or is it in itself magical and kind of quiet to remain like a whisper?
It would be quiet, but you can decide the tone it takes. I don't know druid artifacts. That's your specialty.
Gotcha. I would.
Or it could just, so here's the other way of saying it. Most people would think it's a normal flute, but you know how to play it in a way that allows it to convey a message through the
Right.
wind. And that may mean that you can describe how that sounds and like the way in which that takes place. Because for all intents and purposes, you could probably play it like a regular flute.
How would I know how often it can be used?
Yeah, it would probably be a once a day or once a session is the better way to put it. I know when we're talking about mechanics in game for especially time with games like this, as you guys have very well demonstrated, we could run, a 15-minute real world scenario across like 5 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
So it could be like 4 episodes before 30 minutes have actually passed.
Right.
So we'll just leave some of the less powerful items that are available to y'all are going to be session based, and others are going to be daily based if they are like significantly more powerful. But
Okay.
yes, I'll have a proper description for you posted somewhere at some point. But yes, it'll be
All right,
once a session for the message.
I'll have the flute just not out, but just kind of like easily grabbable if needed. But I won't use it at this moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I will continue to warily follow Liv. So what? I we don't see the two tall ones. You said they made it all the way through? Did you see them go all the way through?
Yes, it seems that they have passed Farelsh's
dead?
test.
Oh, sorry.
Did we not pass the test?
Time has yet to determine that. The two of you are a little bit more curious than your friends, it seems, and have stumbled upon some things that are, well, let's just say, privileged information.
You mean the belt?
No, I don't mean the belt.
I'm sorry I made the vines grow. I was trying to make it look a little nicer.
Well,
we can take him down.
You know, as they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
So the vines are the hell touched thing.
I'm unsure.
The hell power was in me all along.
Oh, Jesus. Are you I'm sorry, but you are not demonic in nature. I would know. Liv kind of ushers or gestures to the table for you two to take a seat. You know, we get a lot of different types of people to come through here, and many don't normally come in the back way alive. And furthermore, most don't glean the type of information that you have at your hands at the moment. My brother and I don't often get to know people who are aware of our circumstance, and that's generally because most don't live to know otherwise. I'm curious how we should proceed.
What information? I don't know anything you're talking about.
Oh, you can feign ignorance, but that will do you no good here.
Is it about that contract looking thing that we found in the treasure room?
Would you surmise that it would be regarding anything else you've seen thus far?
Well, we did also take things from the treasure room, so I thought maybe it might have something to do with those. But I think you said it was okay if we had those.
Of course.
But like I said, I'm totally fine giving it up if you don't want us to have those.
No, that is yours to take. I have no need of it. We just happen to have an excess of things that we use as bartering chips when necessary.
I mean, I don't talk to a lot of people except for most recently, except for Rose and the big ones that are. I don't know where they went.
Let me ask you a question. Why are you here? No one wanders into this cave without purpose. What is your purpose?
Well, I think I told both of you already. We were here for a hell-touched scale, or a scale from a hell-touched serpent, or something like that. So we can, because we need.
So
to
you don't know what it is
pass-
or why it is.
No.
Well, I know we need to go. We need something from hell so we can go to hell. Cause reasons.
And well, it's obvious that you did not come up with this plan yourself. Who gave you these instructions?
I cast a side eye at Rose, like what info should we be giving? In my
what
eyes,
is my intelligence? How smart is Rose?
Are you trying to see if you remember or if you can lie?
No.
Because
no, she remembers.
Would you blurt it out? I think Andy would be okay enough not to immediately blurt it out. That's why I'm kind of giving you the side eye of like, what are we supposed to say?
Oh, I mean, I have
What's
I
his-
have a negative.
What's his name? I
Zephyric
my notes situation.
Fizzlebottom.
That's right.
Well, I don't remember his name, but he didn't like us very much. I don't think he didn't like me.
Go
She
ahead
broke an order.
and roll a
Specifically.
defy danger charisma. You are trying to
Okay,
fib your way through this situation.
I mean,
I don't know if Rose would remember his name. To be honest.
can I aid
Of
in
course.
this? I want to aid by saying when she said he didn't like us. I'm gonna go. Well, it was because you broke the ball thing, and it was probably just that, like trying to like pull focus maybe away. That's what Handy has in his brain.
Wait. I need to backpedal here. Rose, what was
'Cause
your
Rose-
answer? You just said like don't know his name.
I said he didn't like us. I don't remember his name. He didn't like us very much. Well, specifically me. So she's not lying because she probably doesn't remember his name.
And when she said specifically me, I said, "Well, it's because you broke his special ball thing, and it's probably just from that. He seemed okay."
Yeah, but
I
he
will
did
try to
kidnap
aid.
us, didn't he?
So I get to roll +1 because of a bond. Ooh, that is a success. Whatever you get, you can take +1 to your next roll in this regard.
That I had to roll a die danger charisma based?
Charisma, yes.
I do have the riz, as the kids say. So that's a 13
You nailed it.
total.
All right, so
Heck
go
yeah.
ahead and give your spiel.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember his name because a lot has happened since then, and I didn't know him going into it. I think he just kind of kidnapped us. I don't remember how we got there. He was yelling in our minds a lot, which was weird. And then we woke up in his tower, or we went to his tower, and then there was some circle, like some crystal ball looking things, and I touched one and it broke, and apparently that was a bad thing that now we have to fix too. And then he told me to stop touching things, but then he left us alone with nothing to do in his boring tower because you couldn't
He
touch
said
anything.
he had really sad bread.
Oh, was his bread sad?
Yeah.
I didn't have any. But yeah, then Mimi started snooping around, and like, even though he told me not to touch anything, it was fine for him to go snooping through things.
You said a crystal?
I kind of crystal. There was a lot of them on a bookshelf, like different colors. I think I broke a green one, and it was something to do with.
Her eyes light up when you say that you broke the green one. Just elated. You broke it.
Well, it didn't shatter. It kind of, a hole was put in it or something.
Oh, it's marvelous.
Isn't it? Because he didn't think it was very marvelous.
Oh, God needs to be brought down a peg or two, if you're asking me.
Your God?
Oh,
which
no,
God?
I am not God.
I would
Which one?
What's insight check in this system?
You could do like a spout
Roll for vibe
lore.
check.
So spout lore is when you consult your accumulated knowledge about something, roll plus intelligence. Will tell you something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to your situation. On 7-9, only something interesting. It's on you to figure it out. And basically, you're going to kind of frame what it is you're looking for that will determine, based on whatever success you get, the answer I give you.
Okay.
So like, what are you looking for? What's your insight basically checking on?
So they said, whoever was that, Liv or Det that was talking?
Liv
was saying, "Oh, I'm not a god," but
I'm not God, is what she said.
I'm not God. Yeah, well, that doesn't help in a world of pantheons and gods and goddesses, multiple. So
you're uninformed, is what you're saying.
I don't get out much.
Yeah, okay, we were just celebrating the harvest and bad things happened, I guess. I don't know.
What do you know
I don't know.
The planes of existence?
I broke one, apparently.
And a sharp grin just creeps across her face. And
why do you think that's good?
Well, you know who I am and my position. There are
Okay, good question on that. I'm confused on that. I'm sorry, and also. So is it both of you together? like same coin, different sides? How does that work?
She just nods.
Okay.
That's not a good answer.
Hey, that's a
That's very
complicated
shifty.
question. There are
Oh.
8 planes of existence, and you happen to damage, wonderfully so, the essence of order. And
Yeah, that was what he said.
God happens to run that one. Capital G, God. I am the deity of chaos, and I am in direct opposition of order. If it were up to God, life would be slaves. No free will, no free thought, just order, judgment, and rules to follow without any room for anything else. And to me, that is a miserable way to exist.
Does God, capital G, is that their name? Do they have another name?
Oh, there's plenty of names, but for now, that's the only one you should worry about. There aren't many other deities who get to claim
I'm
that
sorry.
title.
Oh.
Yeezy.
Like I said, I was not brought up very religious, so
Oh, that's all right. Needless to say, the damage is wonderfully unexpected because, to be honest, I'm just tired of his shit. But that's not a problem that you are incredibly concerned about.
I don't know. The wizard man seemed to think that I have to fix it now.
Wizard.
I don't
There are
remember
not
his
too
name.
many.
I thought you said lizard.
There are not too many who have access to such items. What was his name? Was it Fuzzlebump? No.
Bizzle snacks.
Frizz Butcher, something like that.
That's right. Zephyric. Old Zephyric
that's not at all like what I
Fizzlebottom. Quite the character. Knows a lot more than he puts on. Don't let him fool you.
Well,
He has many secrets I'm sure you would like to know quite a bit about. I'm curious why
he didn't even remember my name.
I'm curious why he's using you, sending you to hell.
I think it's because he doesn't like me, and that was just a convenient way to get rid of me, is what I'm starting to think.
He would just teleport you to another dimension if that were the case. Man has a lot of responsibilities, many of which he's unaware of, but let's go ahead and cut to Kime and Mimi. The door is slammed. You've been hammering on it some, and it's not budging. You did make some attempts. You made a joint effort to barge into the door, shoulder slam it. It budged, but it didn't give because you guys were only partially successful. What are you guys doing?
So I look at time and I say, okay, so back where we started is in this hall behind us at the top of the stairs. We can jump down into the creepy worm room and get back into their chamber.
Or, I mean, or do you want to take an another hit at the door? I mean, it did kind of
we
move a
gotta
little
save
bit.
them. Like, I think they might be in danger. Like, these guys are creepy and clearly evil, and they just like kidnapped the 2 smallest ones. Like, I feel like we gotta go save them.
All right. Would I have any kind of knowledge of live and debt?
I will give you an option to potentially find an answer if you want by using the book you have as a friendly reminder that you have a.
Yeah.
But I would say because of the conversation that you had with her and her knowledge of Orloth and like the whole demon thing going on, that you might have an inclination to look in the book. Like there's enough there to be like, yeah, it makes sense that your character might want to do that. But it's up to you if you want to expend a use. I think you have 1 or 2 uses for the book where it's basically you can basically ask any question you want relating to demon or devil lore.
Okay. Yeah, I just have it with some codex in my equipment. I don't have a usage. He's not going to take the time to read a book. I wasn't sure if there was any knowledge, past history knowledge that he might be aware of.
If you want, you can give me a spout lore.
Okay. Be an 11.
Demons are notoriously known for. Let me make sure I use the right word. So demons are notoriously known for using anagrams for their names.
Right. Okay. If you want to go back and use the use the back door, we can. Unless you want to take another hit at the door. I mean,
Was there any give at all when we threw our bodies into it before?
Yes.
Like we did the whole time? And like there is like it wasn't like throwing into a brick wall then. Like there was
Right. No,
something.
it moved, but you didn't knock it off the hinges. But, there's the impression that, it might take another 1 or 2 strikes, either like really successfully or partially so, to potentially break through this door. But it did give. Your timing was off.
Yeah, I mean I think we can try the door again. Like we might if we might be able to get through, but we gotta do something. We gotta save them. I don't know how long they have.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we gotta give a little bit. Do you want to take another swing at it?
Yeah, so I wanna I guess I'm not sure if it's hack and slash. I'm
Sure.
just gonna use my strength and like we're gonna 1, 2, 3 heave it.
Yeah. And then one of you want to give a aid. So one of you does the attack and the other one can aid.
I'll aid, I guess. And use strength, right?
And so I'm gonna. So you want me to roll it as a hack and slash? I'm
Yeah, that's
attacking the
fine.
door with my strength. Okay.
So you got a 9 for the hack and slash, but you got a +1 because Time got a full success. So you how are you throwing your shoulder into it? What are you doing?
Like full on, like shoulder throw.
Time or not? Yes, Time. How are you helping him with his shoulder throw? Are you doing it in
More or
sync
less.
with him, or are you throwing him? What's the?
I'd probably be doing it in sync with him. I've like more like we were like realizing the first time we were just off by like a hair of a second. So it's like, all right, went on. We're going on, like 1, 2, 3, and hit. All right, and it's kind of more or less getting us in time with each other to hit.
Okay.
So it's not
I
that
want to
just
be
a slight
in
delay.
time with time.
You guys go
Yeah.
barreling into it, and the top 2 hinges come flying off the wall, and the door burst forward. It's not open, and it isn't particularly passable given your size, but you have split it off the hinges some. So there's like at the top, there's a pretty good gap of like 1.5 feet, but like because of its angle and the way it's shaped, it's like it comes down to a taper. And you are both the larger members of the party, wearing armor and equipment. You are not thin to just kind of slender your way through things.
Is it fallen in enough that I could like stand on it and jump? I mean, if it's given, I'm gonna throw my body at it again, be it my feet or my shoulder, whichever is most reasonable considering the angle.
I mean, whatever seems more interesting to you. If you want to like run
I'm
and
gonna
jump and
jump
kick,
up and like I'm gonna like jump and like kind of support myself with the door jamb on the top and just try and like put my at the very top of the gap and just leverage that thing out of there.
all right, give me another roll.
Time, jump on this with me.
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to matter because it's not going to increase anything, successfully or not.
Still be a part of success.
Okay, let's backpedal this a little. Would you have helped to begin with?
If I saw him climbing, I think the first time probably not. I probably would have let him
Okay.
do his thing. I probably wouldn't have done anything.
All right.
Because I would see him climbing. Okay, you think you got this? Okay.
It gives a little more. It doesn't come off the hinges, but there is enough space that like if one of you leans against the door, you can open it up enough for the other one to shimmy through.
Okay.
So I guess who's shimmying through? Me or you, Mimi?
Well, I mean, I'm already there and feet at the hole, so I'm gonna start. Like as soon as I see that it's getting big enough for my body, I'm just gonna try and slide through the hole.
All right, so you're going first?
Yeah.
All right, you go. Time it kind of braces up against the door and pushes it some to give you some space to squeeze on through. And it's a tight fit. Like your weapon's catching on the door frame. The stuff on your belt is like dragging across the door. And maybe it was because the door was closed or you've just been preoccupied, but you did not hear the chanting in the room as you enter it. And you slip through the door and kind of find your bearings, and you realize that there are robes standing around the statue, all chanting.
Are they standing or are they like prostrated like they were
are standing
when we first got here? Oh my god! Well, and I'm standing.
Yes.
I'm gonna start grabbing on the thing and be like, "Time, come on, get back in." I'm gonna I'm gonna pull it down and make room for time to climb through.
As soon as you touch the door, they all stop and turn and look at you.
Time. These robed guys are here and they're standing. Like, come on, you gotta hurry.
They
I'm
begin.
not gonna. As soon as I realize they're not moving, I'm also gonna not move. I'm just gonna kind of whisper to Time from now.
As soon as you stop moving, they stop moving. Time, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and squeeze through what I can. If I can, if he, because he's not, he's not hanging out to it anymore,
He's
or is he just kind of like hanging there, like not
I'm
moving?
like holding on to the door. Yeah, just putting weight on it to make it open more.
Okay, if there's enough room for me to slip through, I'm gonna try and I want to slip through and see what's on the other side. Yeah.
So you slip through, and he's got the door pulled down. He's not moving. But as you move into the room, you see 6 robed figures, and they've all turned to face the door, and you can't make out features or anything about them. They are just cloaked silhouettes, and they begin to move in your direction as you are climbing through the door.
I'll just look over at Mimi. What's going on here?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna scream for Handy and Rose at just the top of my lungs. While also pulling out my roofing halberd.
As soon as
like
you
taking up a defensive
yell,
posture.
go ahead and let's hear your cry for your teams.
Yes. Oh, I'm so sick. Ah.
You don't have to actually yell. Just you can loudly or even just less loudly.
Okay. Handy, Rose, where are you?
You go to yell, and you do, but when you do, their chanting interferes, and they chant in unison with you speaking. And as soon
That's
as you're
obnoxious.
quiet, they're quiet, and they move another step closer.
I'm gonna look at Time. Like, is that like that was really weird, right?
Clearly, they don't want Rose and Andy here, and I'm assuming they're here to block us.
I mean, I take up a defensive posture.
They move another step closer. They are about 10 feet away at this point.
Okay, man. And I'm still by myself in this room, right?
No, I'm in there
No,
with you.
you're both
Oh,
in the
you-
room. And the way that they're
Okay.
lined up is like they're kind of in a V formation, more or less, where there's like 2 in the front and then 2 staggered back behind them and then 2 more staggered behind them. So they're kind of in a line and then kind of each on the side. And as they take another step closer, the first 2 start crouching down. Let's go see what Handy and Rose are doing.
The shriveled thief. I'm just sitting here trying to like anagram it up, and I'm at a loss. Okay, so I haven't listened to the last whatever was happening in that scene, which is great.
It's okay. I wasn't either.
So, all right. So they were talking about we've got info.
Well, yeah, they are the god of chaos, and they don't like God with a capital G, and they don't know why we were sent.
So are you also you're a deity, but are you also a god? Aren't those the same thing?
Yes.
Or
More
is the other one bigger or better or
Oh,
worse?
better is
Don't ask if
definitely
it's better.
not the case. But there are plenty
Oh.
who believe so. Everyone is entitled to their own. Yes, deity and God are synonymous in some ways, but there are 8 planes of existence, and there are 8 ruling deities, one for each. At a minimum, there are plenty of other gods, but when we're talking about the planar system, there are 8 figureheads, and God with a capital G just happens to be kind of
But
known more than the rest.
is when is this whole is their whole name God with a capital G, or are you trying to make that distinction? Do you have to say with a capital G every time?
No, it's just the easiest way to
So that-
describe it. Versus, there are other gods, but there is only
Oh.
one, the God. Do you understand?
Yeah, it sounds like you're from Alabama.
Needless to say, I need to know what you can offer for your life. Because that's really what we're debating at this point is
Why?
why I should let you live.
Well, why should you kill us?
Oh, because you have knowledge that is dangerous outside of select characters, and at this point you have not proven yourself to be select characters.
How do we prove ourselves? I like being
Oh,
alive.
I'm
What?
so glad you asked. There are so many things that I could
Okay, well,
use and
first of
want
all-
in this world, and there's never enough people willing to do my work for me.
What does everybody need us to do? Anyway, a question. Okay, you say we have information, but like the only information I know of is like that you two are one god, and that's it. Like there was some name on the scroll too, but I don't know who that is.
You know enough.
Can you?
Don't ask them to explain it, Andy, because then we'll know more.
No, I was gonna say.
Oh, knowledge at this
I
point
was gonna say,
doesn't
could they
matter.
make me
You're-
forget, but they could just kill me.
Yeah, your life is void at this point, so
I gave
how do-
little cool
feel
statues
free to ask
you.
questions. You're either going to prove useful to me or not. And in the interim, I do not get a lot of time to make conversation with other people. So I'm more than happy to entertain your inquiries.
Is there something you need done that we can help with?
That
Do
list.
you need anything from hell? We can be delivery peoples.
As a matter of fact, there are some things specifically I would like from hell. In
Can
particular,
you make a list?
yes, I would like a vial of blood from Orloth.
Who's that?
Was that the name on the thing?
Yes,
I believe it was.
Oh.
I don't
No, that
remember.
was Rose asking too.
Yeah, I don't remember if Handy took in all the information that was in that. I think you read it, and then
Yeah.
we got pulled. So I don't think he has that.
I don't
that
think you know
information.
anything, Handy.
No,
I
Handy has no clue what's happening.
I think Rose figured it
along for
out.
the
Alex has
ride.
no idea what's happening.
I mean,
So,
that's true in pretty much all circumstances, but more so
Yeah.
here.
I spent the last like 15 minutes trying to unscramble something, and then unsuccessfully. So
And I will give you what you came for this hell-touched item.
Oh, okay.
But I will need
that would help.
a vial of blood. Or maybe a few more holes in a particular green object. Or even better, it
I
could
don't think
be brought back. The amount of things I could
he's
give
gonna
you
touch it.
in exchange for that item.
Okay, but I don't even know why we're doing the thing in the first place.
Okay. So we'll get some blood from O Town, and then we can all be good, right?
Oh, of course, as soon as you sign the contract.
I'm not very good with the.
You don't have to
Quills.
write anything.
That would be preferred. Oh, okay. Do we both have to?
Of
I
course.
Can I just do it?
Do you have something additional to offer?
My dynamite smile?
It is a very beautiful smile.
I mean, it is no wonder that you have the name Handy, being as handsome of a goblin as you are. But I'm sorry, I am not in need of wonderful smiles.
Handy visibly like grimaces at that.
What if I have a proposition for you? I can see the torment that you suffer with right now, Handy. And it is rather delectable. I'm wondering if you would be willing to give up the last of your imperfections.
So Rose doesn't have to?
Yes, I would be willing to make that accommodation if you were willing to forego. You would become flawless. So from a metagame perspective, in both context of this contract, but also like character development, she's talking about making you perfect. You are already
Yeah.
handsome. You are already a well, good-looking character, but you aren't. You're a 9. We're talking about making you a 10.
Go
And a
full like
half.
handsome Squidward
Yes,
in goblin
just
form. Got it.
but
That sounds terrible.
that's the point. because this is a problem with your character and your backstory.
Yeah.
And it's layered. So
Yeah.
you don't ever make deals with deities of this nature that don't involve giving up significant things. And I myself am a collector of the significant.
Would it be forever or until we get you your uh blood stuff?
Well, how important is you making this one contract instead of two?
No, I'm
But
not gonna let Handy take all of it. Like, cause Handy, no offense, but I don't think you understand what's going on half the time.
no, that's true.
So it wouldn't be fair to him to take on a contract when he doesn't understand the contract, or even understand what the original contract that you were talking about even said.
Edet walks from the door over to the desk and pulls out 2 scrolls and a feather from a inkwell and begins writing onto the parchment. Let's head back to. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, Rose was just gonna ask. It's like, why were you so nice to me earlier and now you're not being very nice? Like, you gave me this robe that fits me better. I gave you some of my special crystal figurines, and now I don't know. Now it's not going so friendly.
Well, you were not a threat.
Can I ask a question about the whispering flute?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I think it was stated that I am familiar with what it is
Mhm.
in basic terms. Would I know if how do I have to speak the message out as I do, or if I blow into it, does it then convey the message? Kind of like basically, do I have to? If somebody was next to me, would they know what the message is going to be, or would it just be the recipient that knows?
I think it's both in a way. So the message is basically carried on the wind. And so it isn't like it's traveling through the air and anyone in its path is going to intercept your message. So it's kind of intended for a specific person.
Right. I think he's trying to figure out, would the people in the room be able to tell what it is
There's
if they were paying attention enough?
there's a few
Would they
ways to go
hear it?
about this.
Yeah.
We can set it up so that it can be like a magical thing that you do,
Mhm.
but you are in a room with a certain type of people
Right.
that you have no idea knowing whether or not they would be able to hear it. Like,
Right. Right. Yeah. That it's more of like a do. Is it blowing in and saying, you know, hey, blah blah blah, or is it just and then the message is that
what makes
not.
more sense to you?
So I could honestly see both. I'm just handy doesn't isn't gonna put two and two together like, oh, these are magical beings. They might be able to sense it. It's just he would be on if he has to speak the message while activating the magic item. If he has to speak the message, he wouldn't use it in this situation.
I my inclination it would be that like you would kind of speak into it to like load it,
Okay.
and then
Right.
you would play it to
Yeah.
send it.
Got it.
Like that's what makes the most sense to me.
Okay.
Now you can also
Yeah.
establish it that it's your messages are magical tongued, which means like it could be a different language or something that's not common. Essentially, you could say it's goblin. You could say it's magic runes that convey the message, but you would still have
All
to
right.
like speak something.
So I think okay. I want to use it.
Okay. Did we say you had like a character limit or a word limit, right? It was like
I
25
don't believe
words.
that's from D&D,
Oh,
and that's totally fine, but this one doesn't specify.
okay. Let me go ahead and tell me what your message is. I'm gonna pull up my sheet real quick.
Handy's going to pull out this flute kind of as a debt. I think it was a debt you said is going over to the desk to pull out the contracts. So he pulls out this flute and he says, so for us to live, you have to we have to sign these contracts and then go to hell and get you blood of Orloth. That's the message. And I'm going to that will be activating the flute, and I will send that to time. Or no, excuse me, Mimi, excuse me.
Would you say that it's common tongue?
Yes, it will be me saying it to the room. So I'm actually directing in the room. I'm directing my message loud enough for everyone to say it, but I'm basically repeating the instructions that we've been given.
How
So you want to, yeah, go ahead.
how are
Okay.
you priming the flute? So like there's an element of this that I think requires some sort of hand work, mouth work, positioning for like you to establish that you are beginning a transmission of a desired message. Because otherwise, like, how would the flute know
I
how
know,
much
I
of what
know.
you're saying is the appropriate thing to send?
Okay. So I think this is what I'm envisioning. I pull out the flute, and do I have anything next to me that can simulate this? A screwdriver, why not? So I pull out the flute, and I kind of like pull it from my belt or whatever, and bring it up so wind starting to go through it just from me going like this, right? And I bring it up and I don't know, click the fantasy record button, and so I'm going to keep it in this general area, and letting, and every like I don't know, third word is a little like breathy,
Mhm.
um and I'll try to be as natural as I can, but also trying to like speak into the flute a little bit,
All right.
whatever you'll give me.
We're gonna have you roll a defy danger here
All right.
in order to let's see.
I'm
I want to
trying,
say
so my
charisma.
intent is to be as natural as
That's
possible.
that's
So
my point.
kind of bluffy,
Yeah, so I think probably
maybe
charisma.
performative. Yeah, for sure. All right. Oh, and it's going to Mimi because I still feel like Time is upset with me, and Mimi seems more, in my eyes, he's like the adult person. Um, what am I looking for? Divide Angel. So sorry.
Defy danger
Uh,
charisma.
oh,
Oh,
complications. I totally drop it, I'm
What
sure.
did you get? All I saw.
I got a 5.
So you
That
got a
is complications.
yeah. You failed. So you get experience. Yay!
Level 3.
You know, it is a wonderful item, the whispering flute. Very useful. An interesting choice and message. Mimi and Time. Mimi, you are standing in
oh,
this room with these robed figures approaching you, and the first row has started ducking down into kind of a pouncing position. And
Yeah.
on the wind, as you get silent, you hear Handy talking about having to sign a contract in order to stay alive and needing to gather some blood. Handy, did you say the blood of a person or just like demon's blood?
Specifically, I said, in the original attempt, the blood of. I said, honestly, I don't remember what I said. I know it's Ortha something. I may have said Ortholax. I
Yes,
don't know if
that
that's the actual
it's
name or not.
Orlath, but Ortholax is perfect.
Yeah, that may be
Um,
from a different D&D podcast. I apologize.
no, it's
mhm.
great because that's what he's going to hear, and so you're going to hear gathering the blood from Ortholax.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper over my shoulder at Time. Be like, Time. I just heard Handy talking. They're trying to steal their souls. Like I don't. They're trying to make them sign contracts for their souls. I I want to survey. So I have two options. Straight in front of me is a baddie robe guys, and on the far side of the room, a door into their chambers, and then to the left, and like Snake Guy, and then to the left, the door into the other room. From where I'm at, looking into the offering room, if you will,
Mhm.
is there any inclination either direction where they might be? Like, is the door to the offering room open? Is
Yes.
like so well, so it's open, so I would like I can see and hear that they aren't in there, so I
Right.
presume that they are in the chamber on the far side of the room.
Well, that's
uh
you maybe. Last you
I mean
know, they
that's
were in
yeah, I mean
the offering room, and
yeah, and I can
the door to the other room was closed already. So you could just as easily believe that they're still in the treasure room.
mm, that is the last place I saw them.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's
and you
fair.
guys were yelling at them to come on, come on out, and so nothing's changed that might other than the message that you just got.
I feel like I would probably assume that they are still in the offering room, just in the treasure room of it where I can't see them, which is where I left them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I am going to bolt along the wall that direction.
All right. Well, there
All about screaming, Handy, Rose, don't do it. Don't give them your souls.
the chanting intensifies every time you speak, and the louder you yell, the louder they chant. And in order to try and run towards the door, you are going to have to make a defy danger because they are spaced out in front of you and will, well, they will do something if you fail your defy danger.
Hey, Jeremy, quick, would Time have any kind of inclination of which room they were in? Because of like I was walking down the stairs, and then I just saw Odette close the door. What I had seen,
No, they had not
I
made
think,
it
or is
out.
it just like
They were still
closed,
in
not seen anything?
they were still in the altar room
Right,
when that was taking place. The door was closing on you, so
right.
you did not know or see, and
Or not
their
having.
door was still closed. You probably actually you unlikely had visibility from where you were to their chambers, because
Yeah,
the statue was in the way and the door was being
Lord.
closed. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking about. I just wanted to figure that asked.
So, what flavor of Defy Danger roll is this?
what's your plan? Are you trying to avoid them or bulldoze through them or endure what
I've
they
never
give you? Like, what's the
bulldoze through them. My goal is to, I mean, they're just little wimpy rope guys. Yeah, no, like strength, like bulldoze through them. I'm just trying to get to Handy and Rose to save them.
All right, go ahead and roll a defy danger plus strength.
Got a 9.
Okay, so you go charging towards the altar room, the offering room. And the way that they're spread out, they're pretty much kind of in a line diagonally, pretty much between you and the door. So you're going to go through all three. And it's really strange making contact with cloth. It has it has a mass to it. It feels like a body that then gives into air. So it's like you hit it and you make contact, but then it just kind of dissipates really quickly. And you manage to run over the first two. The last one isn't going to move so quickly. You lost some momentum barreling through the first two, and it's going to reach out and touch you as you approach. You run into it, and it basically just kind of grabs you. It grabs you with hands that you can't see, and they kind of wrap around your face. Roll a d4.
3.
All right, you take 3 points of damage, and this ignores armor. As you feel despair, isolation, loneliness creep into you. Time, what are you doing? You just saw him go charging off and then come face to face with the last one. And then the other robed figures have taken notice and are now all crouching down in your direction.
I'm gonna ignite my burning brand and just run and swipe across them.
All right, now you have to roll for your burning brand, right?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
How that goes?
A 7.
Partial success.
So, when you conjure a
That's
weapon
what I
of pure
only get.
flame, roll plus constitution. You may treat your intelligence as your strength or dex in regards to making attacks with this weapon. The weapon will always begins with the fiery, touch, and dangerous, and 3 uses tag. Each attack with the weapon consumes 1 use. You can choose 1 additional tag.
Going with the +1.
Plus 1 damage.
The +1. Yep.
All right. Go ahead and make a hack and slash.
All right. I was gonna take just a big, long, like back end of the spear, just swipe across.
All right, so you got a 9.
Do your damage to the enemy,
And they
but
are
then they can make attacks against me.
Yes, go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, what the hell? 2.
And then roll me a d4 plus 2. So the way attacking a group works. No, let's see. There's several ways of doing this. For this encounter, we're doing one of the horde methods, which is you can run
Yeah.
You do the base attack for the group or the individual, and then you add +1 for every member. You're attacking 3 characters, so it's d4 plus 2. So that is the total. There are other ways of doing it where you would roll the highest amount between all of the characters. So like it would be like a 3d4, and whichever the highest attack is,
Nice
you would
ones.
take that one. But we're not going to do that with this. So it would be a d4 plus 2.
Okay, so how do I do that? What was the text thing for that? It was like R slash
That's
Oh, for just to roll dice, there should be pictures
yeah.
of dice. You can just
Well,
click on
there's
those.
I plus two, right? So it'll just be 5.
so you
Ouch.
bring your spear across the chests, well, just through the robes, and the robes burst into flames. They're not engulfed yet, but they are burning. But each one of them lunges at you after being struck and swipes at you, and it's just this cold, icy touch. They swipe and it passes through you. Like you feel a claw make contact, with your shoulder and then travel across your chest and then out your back. There's nothing corporeal about it. It's very unnerving. And each hit feels like it is draining your drive and motivation and will to live. It is cold and terrifying.
Can I use another? I guess another move on my. Yeah, it's called fighting fire with fire.
Mm-hmm.
When you take damage that is odd, the flames within you come to your aid. Roll a d4 and either take the damage, take that many uses, add that to your uses of your burning brand, or result forward and summoning your burning brand, or reduce the damage by that amount on your choice.
Of
Your
course.
choice. All right, I'm going to reduce that damage by 4.
So it's almost like, you have this special connection with the flames, and after burning these robes, you don't even know what they are. You can feel them lunge at you and connect, but the relationship you have with the flame, you're like, nah, this isn't going to go the way you guys want it to, and you pull some of them back into the fire. So you're only taking 1 point of damage, which is a solid roll. 4 reductions, pretty big.
Yeah, I was hoping for that 4. And I was like, come on, 4, come on, 4. The flames are with me today.
So
Okay.
let's head back to Rose and Handy. Yeah, put your food away. Stop eating. Chew it up. Swallow it faster.
Oh god, it's the spiciest thing in the world.
Oh, wonderful.
It is so good. Oh, I just wanted to let them know what's going on. We're just tiny, and they're supposed to help protect us. I'm sorry.
Now, you understand that she stops and is really chewing on something. Do you understand that? Do you know? God, trying to simplify dumb into dumber is so much work sometimes.
That's fair enough.
My dear, you are here in this room having this conversation because of knowledge that you have. Yes?
That's what you say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
And the first thing that you could think of was to, I don't know, share that information with other people?
It was supposed to be a whisper.
Hmm. Originally, these contracts were just for you two. And I have to amend my contracts now. If it was going to be stated in the contract that you were just not allowed to tell anyone, that was one of the conditions.
But I didn't know that yet.
How?
I haven't read the contract. I'm not 18.
She just puts her hands to her temples in obvious frustration.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is why
So,
I
question.
don't talk to goblins.
I think I'm a
Gosh.
minor technically.
Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
What if only one of us signs a contract? One of 4 signs a contract, but it's like a super serious contract.
It would require a super serious outcome.
Like, I don't know, becoming a follower of yours?
I don't think that is an offering enough.
Is it because I'm short? Is that why?
I mean, you're only half a person.
Okay.
Danny!
How do you feel about your
Technically.
collection of crystals?
Like them very much.
How would you feel about never having another one,
That would make me sad.
including all the ones you currently have?
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't feel good.
That is a level of seriousness.
It
I take prized possessions from people because they have additional value that you are unable to comprehend, which is why they are difficult to part with, which is why they have additional properties that you cannot comprehend. So I don't ask for things like, oh, just give me a magical sword. No, I want something that will rob you of a childhood memory, or an item that was gifted to you by a loved one, or a specific quality that you pride yourself in. Because those are the things worth having, not just random trinkets, but the ones that are significant to an individual. Because if there is no sacrifice, there is nothing worth having.
I did give you 2 of my trinkets that are very special to me.
I'm talking about you giving up all of them and still having the compulsion to collect more while never getting to see them after collecting them.
Can I keep one?
No,
So what would happen to them? Are they just going to go in your treasure room and you'll never see them or think about them again? Because that doesn't seem very useful for anybody.
items themselves don't specifically have use. It's more what manifests from them, given your intent. You have a fascination with collecting trinkets, little glass pieces to be exact. There is an essence attached to that drive that is useful to me. It won't be useful to you because you will be giving up something precious, as well as, a curse is a strong word, but forever having a desire that can never be satisfied. You will have to collect, but you will never get to enjoy what it is you gather. You will never see them again. You will never handle them. You will pick them up whenever you can, and you will put them in your bag, and your bag will always be empty.
For being the god of chaos, you sure do like legal documents that are very orderly.
Look, if I were to give you 2 scales to go to hell, if I don't have anything binding that says you will fulfill your end, then what good does it do me giving you these things? And what's to stop you from just running off without them? I have to have something in place that has leverage. There needs to be a bit of a trade.
There's a word, but I can't remember what it is. But if I were to do that, no one else would have to sign, right?
That is the portion of the contract that would put the weight on your shoulders, yes.
Okay. And she'll pick up a random quill. Where do I sign? Handy, you cannot tell Mimi about this. Actually, can you just wipe his memory? Is that a thing you can do?
Not my domain, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
You could ask your wizard friend, though.
I don't think he likes me.
Well, he might also find it suspicious that you're wiping his memory. I'm sure he'd be very interested in this conversation. Edet crumples up the contract and begins finishing yours, or at least begins finishing one that you assume is yours. And he brings it over, and how are you going to read the contract?
As best as she can. She can read, but she can't, but like if it's in like legalese or whatever, she's not going to understand it, but she'll be like, yeah, those are words. But yeah, she'll definitely read it.
I'm trying to think about how far down this contractual rabbit hole I need to go in, like, do I need to write up something like, because there's some
yes, you do.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to write it right now, but
Okay, we can come back to this and edit.
I'm trying to see if I can offer something, and I'm screaming.
I think the only thing they would take is your shape shifting.
Yeah, I was looking through Druid, like, oh, can you take blah blah blah, and I can't really.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. Edet grabs the scroll and walks over. And Rose, you said you pick up the first what?
Like whatever quill.
As you pick it up, a thorn pops out and stabs you in the finger.
Yeah, that hurt. She'll suck on her finger a little bit.
Do you you would likely drop the quill, wouldn't you?
Yeah, she would.
Make a defy danger dexterity.
Oh, okay.
So what is happening exactly? She picked up a quill to sign. A thorn came up and she dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
As
it
a-
hit me in the finger. It's
and
a
the
7.
contractor out.
So Edet reaches out towards you, and you think he's going to grab your hand, and you pop your finger in your mouth because you're like, God, that hurt.
Oh.
Start sucking. He's like, oh, yes, no, that's not necessary. And he reaches down and grabs the quill and smears your blood on the contract. This will do just fine. Thank you.
Yeah, Orloth got to sign his name on nice and pretty.
And your name appears at the bottom of the contract in a very lavish signature in your handwriting.
Ooh, that's fancy.
And we'll have to find out next time what the contract says. Because I have to go fucking write it and we have to end the episode.
Oh,
It's my job giving the GM more work.
Well, no,
More
see,
work.
like, this is one of those things that is kind of a significant thing in a game. I don't want to go on to like write a 30-page demon contract for your soul, but there are some things that I do want to put in that are like stipulations that are
Yeah.
based on like the threat of your life or your soul or something. I haven't quite decided yet whether or not it'll just be your life versus your soul, but at the moment you've very honorably taken on this burden for yourself. There may or may not be additional requests in fine print. Who's to say? You gotta know that demons are tricky. So we are at end of session. Did anyone complete one of their bonds?
nope.
No across the board.
Mimi's
Yeah.
never going to believe how I handle situations.
Did anyone fulfill their alignment?
No.
All right.
Charging headlong through ghosty robes count?
Isn't it to like put yourself in danger for the sake of saving other people?
Yeah, generally just that. Yeah.
Read it.
He's trying to save Rose and Andy. He just hasn't gotten there
I need
yet.
the syntax. I need
Committed to protecting those who cannot will put own self in harm's way without consideration to protect others.
I will say yes. I think that vibes with what you did. You went charging through a potential danger for the sake of saving someone else. Go ahead and mark experience.
Yay.
Did we learn anything new and important in the world?
I think we're still
Learning.
about gods and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like we learned more kind of about the plane of existence and God with the capital G, but I mean that's kind of continuation.
Yeah.
of what
There's
we've
8
been learning.
realms and
Yeah, that's all kind of more of the same. And I don't think that you did a notable monster or any memorable treasure.
legalese.
I mean, you didn't
I'm
loot
not
that
18
contract.
yet.
It was more like forced on you. So
All right.